Good to go? Will do, thanks. That is like the coolest gig ever. When I'm retired, I'm sitting in that booth just throwing. Come on, man. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's firing. Yeah. Oh, no. My dad surfed in the 60s and 70s in high school and college. He asked if we wanted to try surfing. I said, sure. Sounds fun. Yeah, I guess we had a surf instructor, but he like pushed us into one-wave each, and I think he bounced. It was kind of funny, but we figured it out pretty quick, Jordan and I did. And it was so fun. It's like flying. And it's just like instantly hooked. In general, I've been doing it consistently for 15, 16 years now. And it all started with my dad seeing if we wanted to try it out. It's definitely the place that the world makes the most sense to me. So the ocean's a place where it doesn't really care who you are, what's going on. It's just going to do its own thing, and you just got to learn to accept that, see if you can enjoy it or not. Sometimes it's super big and scary and it's no place for you. Other times it's playful and inviting and the funnest thing ever. I just learned guitar on my own, just looking at, somebody taught me a bar chord, and then I figured out a bunch of the other chords on my own just because something sounded good. But yeah, I always had rhythm and stuff growing up and always wanted to play drums, and then one day just decided that I was going to buy a kit and we were going to start a 3-piece punk band. So we did. And you know, music, especially playing drums, has altered my worldview in a lot of ways. I mean, you learn patterns and rhythm so much so that it becomes just kind of like a part of who you are. Like rhythms and patterns become part of your worldview. Drumming really helps keep you focused, and it translates to other walks of life. When you play live, and if you mess up as a drummer, everybody knows. But it's how you get to know somebody and their thinking process. Like if you're jamming with somebody, you're ultimately just kind of cueing in to really what they're all about. And if you're playing music together and then you feel kind of their energy change or whatever it is, then you guys jam something different. So for example, Jordan and I, whenever we play together or we jam with somebody else, it's like 95% an emotional experience because we'll just get it out. So essentially, how are we feeling right now? And Jordan plays like a riff or something, and I'll change the rhythms of it, and we'll just kind of expand that and see how it goes. I mean, it's kind of the funnest creative process that I've ever been involved with because it's so raw. And you just really understand what that person is all about in that moment if they're playing that guitar riff, or if, you know, I'm doing a drum beat or something and we all just kind of cue in together. And that's what was so fun about was playing with Fugue is that all three of us essentially grew up together, and Fugue was like this emotional release for us because we all had struggles with the religion that we were raised with, so it's kind of our way to get it out, right? And that's why a lot of so much energy came out when we play, because you're essentially dealing with those kind of existential issues that you have deep in your subconscious. And since all three of us were kind of going through the same thing at the same time, the conflict, it was a really interesting way for us to kind of materialize those experiences that we were having subconsciously. So, and that's what I just love about playing live, is that if you structure it so that there's, you know, room for innovation, room for creativity, just some cool stuff happens, and you just feel good about it, like you did something kind of original, or, you know, something that's never been done before. And even if it had been done before, it sounds like somebody else, you know, for you, like, that was a really organic expression. And I don't know, it feels good. I love that stuff. The more you think about stuff, the less you're gonna, the more likely you're gonna, you know, fall over or look like a dummy. The less you think and the more you're connected, the better the experience. And so I really like that about my hobbies, I guess, is that you really just quiet your mind and just see what comes out, I guess. It's just a full-on expression session. It's kind of cheesy, but yeah, when you're kind of dealing with, you know, quarter life crisis, so you're like 25 or whatever it is, you look for outlets that really make sense to you, or something that you can really engage in. And surfing and music, having a creative edge on things is, you know, it really got me through that time. It was really formative for who I am today. So I guess it's all kind of linked, kind of trying to find out who you are on the deepest level, and then just finding those pursuits that really bring that out. So. Alright, where are we eating after this? That's the real question.